So here's the concept. Imagine an axis of symmetry at middle C. And ordinarily, when we play something away from middle C, the response is equivalent. But what we can do is stretch the distance. So instead of a tone, we can double it. And a major third doubles to a tritone. We can even triple. And do any numbers. Also remember that if we were moving away from the center, we're going to be falling further below it also. So a phrase like this has an inversional relationship. Now, here's when things get even more interesting. With a -1 geometric expansion, what goes up must come down. And it can be expanded down. And it can be expanded downwards. What we get with I Got Rhythm is a sequence of expansions. So we hear the phrase normally, but then we hear the version doubled. Tripled and quintupled. What I also discovered is if we do a -1 on the melody, we have a familiar response as well. Now these ideas are endlessly useful in composition, but one feature of them is that when we start expanding, it pulls us away from conventional tonality. Not a bad thing, but there's a clever way I discovered where we can contain our tonal drift while still having beautiful, surprising responses. If we invert the relationship, we can use this diagram representing diatonic modes and be aware that, for example, Dorian, in this case C Dorian, is a mirror form. So if we play in C Dorian, the response is also in C Dorian. And that's the case with all of its relative modes, like F Mixolydian, and E flat Lydian. This also works with F sharp Dorian, and you can see why on the diagram. And of course all of its modes also. There are other palindromic scales like the Aeolian dominant, which brings us into the acoustic world of melodic minor and Lydian dominant. It's also self-contained. This might just seem beautiful and interesting, but in improvisation, I can play in from any of these modes and I will get something that feels like a response almost like an intelligent response, even though it's entirely systematic, especially when the parts overlap.